Hey everyone, it's October 8th, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share with Colombian serial killer Pedro Alonso López, known as the Monster of the Andes, who may have killed more than 300 victims beginning in 1969. And that is him right up there. Born in 1949, Lopez was one of 13 children born to his prostitute mother. At the age of 8, he molested one of his sisters, and as punishment, his mother kicked him out of the house. He was in turn molested by a man in a neighboring town and managed to get by on the street until he was 12, when an American family took him in and enrolled him in a school for orphans. A male teacher molested him at the school, so he ran away, and by the time he turned 18, which was far from a certainty given his upbringing, he was imprisoned in Peru for stealing a car, where 4 prisoners sexually assaulted him. In return, he killed 3 of them with a knife he constructed from materials he picked up in the prison yard. When he was released, he began stalking and killing young women and girls, and by 1978, he estimated that he killed 100 victims in Peru. He targeted girls from indigenous tribes, but was nearly killed by a violent mob when he attempted to kidnap a 9-year-old girl from a village. They beat and tortured him, and were prepared to bury him alive when a missionary intervened and convinced them to hand Lopez over to the police instead. He was almost instantly deported because the authorities preferred not to bother with the complaints of their indigenous residents. Lopez then wandered freely between Colombia and Ecuador, killing as he went. When hundreds of girls went missing, some believe there was a human trafficking ring in the area, when it appears to be just the work of one of the most prolific serial killers the world has ever known. It wasn't until a flash flood in 1980 uncovered the graves of 4 of his victims that they were even investigated as murders. Townspeople in an Ecuadorian village saw him with a 12-year-old girl and held him for police to pick up, who were able to use a priest disguised as a prisoner to get him to open up about what he had done. He confessed to killing at least 110 girls in Ecuador, about 100 in Colombia, and many more than 100 in Peru. He told police, "I like the girls in Ecuador. They are more gentle and trusting, more innocent. They are not as suspicious of strangers as Colombian girls." He revealed that he raped his victims before staring in their eyes as he strangled them to death. Lopez preferred to kill during daylight so darkness wouldn't obscure his view of his own crime. Police were skeptical of his claims, but after he led them to the graves of 53 different girls in the immediate vicinity, those doubts evaporated. He was convicted and sentenced to life in prison, but local laws led to him being released in 1994. Arrested just an hour later for being an illegal immigrant, he was handed over to Colombian authorities, who charged Lopez with a 20-year-old murder. He was found legally insane and sent to an institution, but in 1998 he was deemed cured and released on $50 bail. What happened to him after that is unknown, and if Lopez is still alive, he may still be stalking and killing girls to this day. The Guinness Book of World Records once listed Lopez as the world's most prolific serial killer, but removed the record after complaints that they were treating murder as a competition. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so you can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Pedro Alonso Lopez, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.